welcome to day 29 in my craft room clear out series. I have a craft room full of stamps and I know I need to clear some out, but I couldn't let them all go without using them at least once more. So today we've got this lovely Tea Shoppe wood mount set. Now I thought I would do some masking and maybe stack these cups up. I started my original colour combination with some melon mambo and flirty flamingo, but then I found this designer series paper, which is needlepoint nook, which is not technically tea related, but I thought this paper would go really well with it. Just sort of give that sort of traditional sort of feel to it. So I'm going to use the flamingo card, but I will use that colour. So I've got a 10.5 centimetre piece of card, and I'm going to score at 14.8 and make a side opening card because I think I'm going to stack the cups down this side, but we'll see how we get on. That's where my sketch starts. We'll see how we end up in the end. So obviously this paper is directional, so I need to make sure that I trim this the right way. So I'll cut this way at 10 centimetres, which will just give me a 5mm border, and this way at 14.3, and that covers the card like so. And then I need Whisper White card layer. I'm going to cut that a bit smaller so that we can still see the paper underneath. So let's see what that measures roughly. About 7 centimetres high. Will that be high enough for 3 cups though? Well, we'll find out. By the time they're masked, hopefully it will be. So let's go for 11.3, which would give me the same border all the way around. So it sits nicely on the card. It's well balanced. We'll just see if it's a big enough space now to stamp the teacups. So flirty flamingo and melon mambo. And then let's go with blushing bride as well. So I need to stamp 2 of these onto a post-it note for masking, and I need to stamp them on the sticky side of the pad so that they will stick. Okay, very faint, but that's okay. That needs re-inking. What colour is that? Flamingo. Let me see if I've got a refill. I do have a refill, so I'm just going to re-ink this now. Work that in with my bone folder. And let's test it on the top of this. Oh, that's much better. Definitely a bit dry. Okay. So I can still see these, so it might not be very good on camera, but they're good enough to cut them out to mask with. So I'll just trim those out. I don't need to worry about the handle. I'll just take the I'll leave it in, but I'm not going to worry about cutting in between it because I'm hoping that the cups will stack inside each other, so to speak, I might get my Stampin' Up out, so I'm only worrying about the top part of the cup really. That one and that one. So that one will be at the top, so I don't need to mask that because that'll be the last one I stamp. Now, I think I might practice this. Oh, stuck to my paper. I might practice this on a piece of scrap first, which, knowing my luck, it'll probably go the best on the scrap card. Anyway, we shall see. So let's just start with this one. Okay, and then cover it. I'm just going to do them all in this colour first to see how we get on. See if I need my Stampin' Up. Oh, that's all right. Need to make that handle a little bit. That's all right. I think in different colours they'll be okay. So let's see how high that is. And that should fit on there perfectly well. So I'm just going to go for it, I think. I'm going to clean these first though, so that I use the right colour. Right, so let's start with Flirty Flamingo. Lovely. And then mask that. Then I'm going to do Melon Mambo in the middle. And mask that. And then Blushing Bride at the top. Let's see how that turned out. Nice. I have got a little bit of a gap here. I'm just going to backfill that with a blender pen, just slightly. To stop the white space. There you go. So I think I will find a sentiment. So let's find the stamp set. I have got space for a fairly large sentiment. I think that's too big though. I don't think I've ever used that sentiment. It says, "Stay is a charming word in a friend's vocabulary." Louisa May Alcott. That's quite nice. A little flower next to it would look pretty, wouldn't it? So let's make sure it's on the stamp straight. Okay, and then I might trim that down and then layer that up with a bit more Melon Mambo actually, because I think that's enough imagery on there. So that's 9 centimetres, and I'm going to take that top bit off. So take it down to 6. So 9 by 6. So that would look quite nice with a little scallop border or something, wouldn't it? So let's cut that to 9.5 across. So I'm going to leave the length on it and find an edge die to go across the bottom. So back to these Be Mine stitched framelits, which were right at the front, and I can take cut a little scallop with stitch, which would tie in with the paper as well. Okay, let's pop these away. So that's the Be Mine stitch framelits again. You can tell they were at the front of my craft box. I'm going to add this onto the scallop card layout. And then add this onto my card base. I think I'll put this on with foam pads, but what else can I add to it? That's the question. Do with something here, couldn't it? About one of these resin flowers. Something like that, but softer. Like, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's better. So these are called In Colour Boutique Details. No, I don't want that one. I don't want that one for contrast. I think that one actually. Oh, and little ones as well. Too many. Yes, just one. Okay, so I'll stick this onto the card base. We'll add gold thread behind it. So I think what I'll do is I'll add a glue dot first, add the gold thread to it. And then add the embellishment with multi-medium matte. And I'm just going to trim the long ends off. And that's that. Okay, so that's today's card, and I've done some simple masking to make a stack of teacups, added a little bit of gold thread and an embellishment, and this lovely designer series paper. I hope you've enjoyed today's make with me, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Don't forget to subscribe like and subscribe on YouTube and follow me on social media at Cards and a Cuppa. Thanks for watching today.